see you got all dressed up.
You look nice yourself.
Thanks. I got some itchiness going on, but
My hair is not that bad today.
stupid mosquito bite. Oh.
This is Africa.
Welcome back to our channel.
It's a garlic.
Yeah, whatever. We're talking about, what are we talking? Oh, cross-cultural relationships, but obviously they refer to, it works with any relationship. But today we are talking about how to know if they are the one.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be hot. I think I kind of noticed that relationships are like the hot topic right now. You know, people are talking about on TV, on the radio. It's like the most popular theme of today, and yet people are really so awful and so bad at it. And we've been at this for so long. Why do you think people are generally bad at relationships?
Okay, first of all, I think it's because we're human, relationships are always gonna be a thing. So I don't know why people are. Oh, okay. Actually, I do have opinions. Why people are bad at it? Just off the top of my head, I think people are bad at relationships because as time goes on, they haven't necessarily seen it modeled nicely for them. So if you haven't seen what it modeled nicely, then yeah, it reflects what you actually give out. On top of it, I also think that people they just don't know what's right. So they're just figuring it out together, and that's beautiful, figure it out together. But honestly, like, in the midst of it, they end up hurting each other sometimes simply because they don't know what a healthy relationship looks like and what's an unhealthy relationship. So they stay in it, and they don't know when it's appropriate to walk away, or they stay in it and they're on the other end where they don't even know that they're hurting someone. Yeah.
So my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My favorite quality about Musa is his nose. I'm sorry. Go on.
So I have a beautiful nose.
My people
Thank
perish
you.
because of lack of.
But also, I think it's just like, personally, I remember I used to think, that I used to have like some qualities that I look for in a person, and I spent actually a lot of time thinking about, how the person that I'm going to be with, how they should be like, and in the process, apparently, to my disappointments, I actually forgot the thing that was most important, which is myself. And so once I started focusing on myself, believe it or not, guys, before I was even married, I started going for marriage seminars. Is that what you guys call them?
Yeah, you read books.
Yeah, I read a lot of books.
You're such a weirdo, or you were so committed.
No,
I love it.
And then I remember going to this class like raising children in the right way, but I wasn't even married, I didn't have kids. People were like, what the heck, what's this guy doing here? But so I started investing in myself because the mindset that I had was, well, if I can't really imagine marrying myself, why would I think that someone will actually marry me?
Ooh, say that again. If you can't even marry yourself.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that's the mindset that I had. So
I love that.
Because I would drive around. I had bad habits. Okay, let me just confess. I would be driving around and
don't
spit
confess.
out the window.
Don't.
No. This is the truth. I would spit out the window. My shoes were stinky, and then I was like, man, who would want with someone whose shoes smell bad? And half the time, my breath. They call it African breath. Is that what you guys call it? But I don't think I had African breath.
Don't talk about that.
I didn't have African breath because I pretty much took care of my breath. But sometimes I was like, where is this coming from?
African breath is.
You know what I mean? I know, but you must expand on it. But
I will not.
Okay, whatever. But then, and also, I think people are better in relationships because, like I say, they neglect themselves. And then they also have like just unrealistic expectations on what they want. And so then when this person is brought to their attention, they completely just write them off simply because this person doesn't maybe meet their exaggerated expectations, only to find that maybe that individual, just needs a little bit of work, just like you need a little bit of work. And so...
Okay, I hear you on that, Musa. I really do. Like, they need a little bit of work. But the thing about it is you have to also have the wisdom to know when they need that work while you guys are separate and not together, not pursuing each other. Or if it's one of those where it's like, okay, the fact that he likes to wear black shoes every day, never wears brown, and I have a preference for black shoes. Okay, I can I can come around that. But there's other certain things on the list that you can't really like I can use the word compromise. You can't really compromise. So even if you are saying like, yeah, some people do have unrealistic expectations and they actually think that they're too good for people when really the person that God has for them is right there in front of their face.
Yeah,
I understand that, but what I'm saying is though is that you at the same time you must not be like, okay, I accept everybody, he'll come around. Because for me there's this thing called spidey senses. Okay, I explained it to you. Do you remember what spidey senses is?
No, I don't. But before you go there, I just had a thought. Like, sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Like, I think often the not, well, maybe you can talk about what, I just lost my thought. Go ahead.
Okay. You think on that. While you think on that, I'm going to keep going. So anyway, I was going to talk about spidey senses, okay? And so...
Oh, wait, I remembered.
Oh, darn.
Okay, so I don't think that God is ever going to bring someone to your attention that's really perfect and they have it all together. I think God always brings people that are really rough on the edges, and it's your duty as the partner to cultivate what you want to see in them. Like, nobody is perfect, we say that, but then when we have this person in our lives, like, oh my gosh, they're not perfect. Of course they're not perfect.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're like talking about once you're like committed into the relationship and you realize that people have flaws. But
even before you committed, people have a list and then they're like, they are not meeting all these standards. I'm like,
but
it's good to have a list.
Wait, but based on what you're saying, you could easily, someone could hear that and be like, oh, okay, it's my job to make sure he's Christian, to turn him into a Christian.
Oh, no. That's definitely not what I'm saying.
It's my job to fix him. I know he's bad, but I can make him better. I'm the only positive in his life. Ladies, have any of you guys ever like had that one, like you felt like it was your job? Like, if you don't stay with him, then who's going to point him to Christ? Has anyone ever like made that mistake, or is that just...
I don't think that God gives anybody that job. That's just my opinion. What I do think is God brings people that are not perfect together